Hi everyone. So I said I'd do a video just to show you how you could resize and crop your photos for the next project. So this is the first video that I'm going to do, and this is if you've got a Mac, if you've got a MacBook or a Mac computer, and you can use Pages software. If you've got a Pages app on your iPad, this might also work as well. But I'm going to show you on my MacBook just how you can resize the photos in Pages. And then I'll also do another video where I'll show you how to resize the photos in Microsoft Word. So this is just with the Pages software. Sorry about that, my computer's just gone off. So I've got the Pages program up. I'm just gonna zoom out just a bit, and that's it. So I've got the Pages software up, and I've just got a blank sheet. So if you go into Pages, open it up and just open up a blank document. And then what you're going to do is wherever your pictures are saved, so if you've got your pictures saved on your computer, I find it easier to save them on my desktop or create a folder on the desktop just because I find it easier to find them. So you're going to pick a photo, and then I love Mac because you can just drag it across to your document and put it in. Now as you can see, the photo as it is really big, so it's going to be too big for the project, so we want to make it smaller. So what you're going to do is, if you follow my mouse over here, if you're on arrange, once you've clicked on your photo, if you go to arrange, and then you'll see that there's sizes. So again, I'm just going to sort of slowly zoom so you can see the sizes here. So what you want to do is, this might take a couple of attempts, you might need to play with it, because what you'll find is the sizes that I gave you will give you a fairly narrow photo. So if you choose to change the dimension of one of the sizes, say we put the width to the size that we need, which is 5.5, if you click enter, it will shrink your photo. But what it's going to do is the height has then been taken to 7.33, and ideally we want 8.5, so that it fits nicely in the pocket. So what you might want to do is you can undo that, so you can edit, undo, resize. And then what you want to do is maybe we'll change the height first, because that might be better. So if we change the height to 8.5, again click enter, and now it's telling us that the width it's taken it to is 6.38. Now the reason it takes it to these sizes is because we've got the box tick that says constrain proportions. If you untick that box and put the sizes in that you want, so 5.5 by 8.5, it will do that, but it will distort your photo. So if you want your photo to stay in proportion, what we're going to need to do now is we'll crop the photo to try and get it down to the size that we want. So if I just zoom out a little bit. So in a Mac, if you're on Pages, if you double click your photo, this will come up underneath your photo, and it will give you two options. You can just resize the photo, or you can crop. Now if it's highlighted in blue, that means that your option is available, so our cropped is available. So you go click on the little black boxes that you see around the image, and then we're just going to slightly take it in on one side, and then we'll slightly take it in on the other side, and then we might just need to take it in a little bit more. And then what you want to do is you'll look at the size of your width. So at the moment with my crop, the way I've taken it in, it's taken it to 5.74. So might just take it in a little bit more. So at the moment now I've got it at 5.47, which is very close to 5.5, so I'll probably take that as the image size that I want. Now, if you click done, it crops your image. Now, ideally this, you would look at it and think that's the right size. But now, unfortunately, when you look at the photo, because the image itself is so far out to the edges, if we put it in the pocket frame, part of the head might be covered up by the top part of the frame. Doesn't matter so much about the bottom. So this is where you're going to have to make a judgment on what you think is best. So for this photo, ideally what I would do is if I move it into the middle, what you can do is make your photo slightly smaller, and then when you put it in when we cut it out, you leave a little bit of a white border, so when you put it in your pocket frame, the white border will be covered up by the edges. So this is the pocket frame, so I'll put that there. So you can see the borders around the edge. So if we put the photo in as it is, you might find that parts of it are going to be covered up by this frame. So therefore you can make your image slightly smaller. So if we now, so this time I might change the height a bit. So if I change it to 8, you see the width has gone down to 5.15. Now the proportions I gave you in the email about the aperture size, you don't want to go any smaller than that. So you can work between the 5.5 by 8.5 to the aperture size, which I said is 4.4 by 6. So you can go fluctuate in between that, but just remember that the smaller you go, you will probably need a little bit of a white border around your image, just so that it fits snugly in your pocket frame. Otherwise it will fit, but it may move around a bit, because the idea is that we're not going to stick the photos in, so that you can change them or you can slide them in and out as you want. So that's why you'll want to have a snug fit, otherwise they're just going to keep falling out. So with an image like this, I would probably scale down the image just a little bit so that you can then print them out with a white border. So if we take another image, let me try and find one that's got more centralized. So this one has more of a centralized photo. So if we do the height again, 8.5, and then we'll crop this. And I'd always do a little bit on each side to make the picture even. If you take it all from one side, unless your picture is uneven, if you take it all from one side, obviously the focal point of your image won't be in the middle anymore. So this one here, because it's in the middle, so when you put it in the pocket frame, you're still going to see the whole part of the picture that you want to see, and it's perfect size so that it will fit. So once you've done all the images you want, you can just line them up in your document, and then you can print you might be able to print up to 9 on one sheet of A4 photo paper. So it just means that you can print a load more pictures without having to get them especially done somewhere else if you make use of the programs that you might have on your computer. Like I said, if you're going to leave a space for white border, remember that when you're positioning your pictures on your program. So don't put them really close if you know you're going to have a white border, because otherwise you won't have room for that. And as well as underneath, if you're putting photos underneath, just remember to leave an extra bit of space so that you've got that white border if you think you're going to need it. So just bear in mind that your photos need to be ideally 5.5 by 8.5 so they fit snugly in your pocket, but the aperture size is only 4.4 across by 6 sort of down here. So just remember that when you're looking at your photos. If the subject of your photo is going to be that whole part, then you're going to want to shrink your photo down in size and leave a white border so that it fits. I hope that gives you an idea of how to do that, and also for future projects of how to resize your photos in Pages. And I'm going to try and do another video of Microsoft Word, as that might be a program that most people have, just to show you how to resize them in that as well. Okay, bye.